Lighting is the easiest and cheapest way to improve the quality of your videos. Instead, most people make the mistake of spending thousands of dollars on a 4K camera. And I get it, lighting can be pretty scary. However, with just one affordable light, you can massively improve the quality of your videos while still using an affordable camera. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use a single affordable light to get professional level results. And all of this in 2 simple steps, and hopefully saving you time and money. Let's get into it. So if you only have one light, you want to make sure it's the right kind of light with the right accessories and setup. Now you have 2 main options here, but don't worry, there is a budget option that's only about $100. The most user-friendly light out there and the best long-term value for your money is a COB light. So all of the LEDs are concentrated right here, and this actually ends up being super bright and concentrated, and it gives you a really rich quality of light. This one specifically is the SmallRig 120B. I absolutely adore this light, and I'll talk to you guys about it later at the end of this video. I love this light. Or you might have a budget newer light like this. I don't really recommend these. They're not as bright and you don't have as much control over the way the light looks. However, this light is under $100. I will show you guys how to get professional results from both of these lights with a really simple hack. And that's lighting modifiers. The truth is, when you first turn on your light, it's going to look bad, like as bad as this. And this is usually where most people give up, but I'm gonna show you how to fix this and make it look good and into something we can actually use. One of the reasons I recommend COB lights is because it has a universal Bowens mount that allows you to attach large lighting modifiers like this. And with it, things look much better. The sides of this lighting modifier are controlling the direction of the light, and the white cloth right in the middle is actually helping to diffuse the light so that the light on you looks much softer and has a more beautiful quality to it. Now, the lighting modifier that I'm using right here is known as a softbox, and it's also made by SmallRig. You do have to buy these separately from your COB light. However, if you have one of the cheaper LED lights, they often come with a softbox and they're still only about $100. All right, so with the light modifier, this light finally looks good. However, it looks soft, but it's a little too moody, and this probably isn't the look you're trying to go for. That's because we're missing one key ingredient, and that is positioning. All right, we made it to the easy parts. Now we just have to think about how we position our light to get the right look from it. Positioning is the main thing that affects how your light actually looks on your subject. Without it, you're not really going to get the right look. And usually this is where most YouTube tutorials I find don't have the right information. So this is how I personally like to do it, and I really like the results I've been getting. All right, so let's talk about 2 main use cases. Lighting for faces if you're doing YouTube videos or interviews, and lighting products, maybe if you're doing product reviews like me, or if you're shooting for brands. When lighting for faces, it's actually pretty easy. You want to have the light just a little off center from your nose, only about 10 to 15 degrees. This way, you'll have the light on most of your face and you won't get any harsh shadows. Because we only have one light, we want to make sure we get as much light on your face as possible. And this is usually where people make the second mistake. You don't want to have the light directly in your face. You actually want to have it slightly above your head. This way, you get more light on the top of your head, so it illuminates your entire head, not just your face. And also, it creates a really beautiful drop shadow underneath your jawline, so it actually makes you look a lot more attractive. And lastly, you get these sparkles in your eyes, which, I don't know if you guys can see, look really good. It just kind of like brings the whole package together. In fashion, they actually call this hot boy lighting or hot girl lighting because everybody looks attractive with this lighting setup. And you want to bring the light as close to your face as possible without getting it in the shot. And if it's too bright, just simply turn down the intensity. So if you follow these steps, you should get a look similar to this, because this is exactly how I set up my light for this video. So if you like the way this light looked on me today, you'll be pretty happy with the results you get. And you can pretty much replicate this exact lighting for products as well. However, with product, you want to make sure you have the light as overhead or as on top of your product as possible. The best way to do this is pull your product to the edge of the table and aim your light as far down as it can, and you'll get a pretty similar effect to having your light overhead. But if you want to get fancy, you can also buy a C-stand that puts your light directly overhead of your product. And if you follow that exact method, you should get a really beautiful look, but don't be afraid to throw in small accent lights just to spice up the frame. And in my case, that's a $20 lamp, but it looks good. And I hope this video helped. I know I mentioned that I would talk about these lights later. This is the SmallRig 120B. It's definitely cheaper than the competition, and in my opinion, it's brighter or just as bright. But what I really care about is the quality of light that I get from these lights. Like, it's a really rich, solid light, and this is easily something that looks good enough to use on professional projects, least of all YouTube. So if you want something that's half the price, really solidly built, beautiful quality of light, this is a really good option. Also, comes with a carrying case. I recommend picking one up. And as always, links in the description if you want to check out these lights, and I will see you guys in the next video.